Yes, sorry, Zach.
Aiden, I guess for you specifically, you kind of talked, you guys, especially the ones that came in from JMU last year, talked about learning about this rivalry, coming to understand kind of what it meant to Indiana. Is there something different, especially for those of you that know this was your last regular season game as well? Just kind of having that moment to sort of celebrate. It seemed like there was a concerted effort to find Coach Signetti with the bucket and just to kind of celebrate together.
Yeah, for me, when I get handed, the bucket or even this platoon, first I want to find the fans. I know we have a lot of fans, alums, former players. His game means a lot to them. This rivalry means a lot to them. And then obviously Coach Sig, how much he's done for this team and how good of a coach he is. He deserves to get his hands on that bucket first. So I just wanted to find everybody have a moment. And then selfishly, I wanted the bucket a little bit for myself too, just to kind of show it off to everybody. But yeah, I mean, just a great moment. A big game for us, and a rivalry win that we expected to win and came in here and do what we need to do.
Mike and then Matt Weaver.
Yeah, Aiden, when you have perfect regular season, I know, like you said, you 24 hours to celebrate, but when you think about it, you said you have a hard time kind of living in the moment. And what does that mean when you hear that? That's going to be forever a legacy that you guys have to do.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of on to the next one. I know we have a big opportunity in front of us. I know, the team's in there already talking about it and, the possible scenarios that we could have. So I think for us, 24-hour rule, tomorrow morning we'll start filming with somebody else and, be ready to go. But, a good accomplishment for this program and this team. I'll probably look back in a couple of years and be a little more excited about it, but something big ahead of us that, we're just getting started.
We'll go Matt Weaver, then Mike Schumann.
They got some yards. Ryan Brown made it kind of tough on you guys. He was running around a lot, scrambling, creating those broken plays. I know you guys probably won the shutout, but you did keep out the end zone. Just how, I guess, how proud you got as a defense to keep playing even when they maybe got a few plays here and there.
Yeah, I mean, we played extremely sloppy to start. Rush lanes, we weren't doing just our job. We were trying to do too much. We missed a couple sacks, including me, which, I just have to be better. We know there's always room for improvement, so when we look at the film, watch this, we see some things that we hate and that's uncharacteristic for us, but, it's all about improvement and, getting better. That's what makes this, this sport and this game so fun is, you always have room to improve, but we definitely have to get better for the challenges that are coming in front of us.
We'll go Mike and then Jim.
Steven, early in the season you were rotating more. Now your roles expanded significantly, and I think you ended up with the 8th most tackles for loss in a season in the history of the program. Can you just talk about that journey?
For me, I guess it's kind of crazy because from where I'm last year, I was on a team that didn't win a single game in 0-12, and now going 12-0, kind of just learning what it is to be a winner and everything like that. But just kind of trusting the process, trusting the coaching. Coach Haynes be putting me in great spots, and when I get to play, with guys like Fish, Kamara, Wheels, and all of them, it makes my job a lot easier. Even with the increased amount of reps I've had.
We'll go Jim on your left, and then Josh.
Aiden, actually for both of you guys, you have different perspectives on this. You've been here for 2 years, but Fernando called you guys a group of misfits, basically, that were all put together, and you've done what you've done, which is remarkable. How can you put that in perspective, coming from where you came from, where you are now, and then you joining the team 1 year in, like you just said, win no games, and now where you are?
Steve, you want to take that one first?
I was really just buying into the culture and what Coach Shake really preaches every day, just being fast, physical, relentless, and just really accepting it. Had to buy in pretty quick, like I said, I used to just kind of hope for a win or just really even a close game, and then now we're sitting here we're not playing up to a standard. We were up whatever at halftime. We knew the defense wasn't playing to the standards, and I had whatever couple tackles for losses in the first half. But I still knew we could play better. I could do things better on the field. So.
Yeah, for me it's special. 2 years of this and those misfits coming in, but when you get guys like Steven who just come in and buy in and are obviously extremely talented football players, I think for us it's just the buy-in that we have from our players that makes us so special. Everybody just wants to win. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter what your role is. You get your role and you kind of expand on it. You embrace it, and I think that's what makes us special. Is a like-minded team that just wants to win is a very dangerous team, and I think we've been proving that.
All right, we'll take 3 more. We'll go Josh and then Will.
for either of you. You mentioned the 24-hour rule, but how much do you watch tomorrow's game to watch before you watch the film of whoever you play?
Yeah, so first, really get some recovery in. You know, even though the score was what it was. You know, still got battle in there. Probably got some bumps and bruises. Take care of that, and then just kind of don't stress about it too much. Just kind of keep an eye on it because obviously when we know it's kind of up in there. Our point will be depending on the games tomorrow, but I think really just focus on recovery, just bettering ourselves and then our next opponent.
We'll go Will in the back and then wrap up with Rabbi.
For either of you, what was it like seeing a road environment like this where nearly half the fans are Indiana fans and not the home team?
Yeah, it's great. Our fans travel extremely well, and I think we pretty much took the stadium over tonight. You know, like I said, this game and this rivalry means a lot to former players, alums, fans, everybody included in Indiana football. So when you travel like that and it can feel like a home environment at times, it's special. We're the best fans in the country, and they show that week in and week out.
Last one to Rabbi.
Yeah, for both of you guys, if you would. Signetti likes to say everybody gets up for week 1, week 2, maybe week 3, but it's really hard to really do it every week. What drove this group to the point you guys could be 12-0?
Steve, you want to start?
I think Sig talked about a little bit at halftime, just playing for each other and playing for the brother next year. That's what he really challenged us on this game, and I think that's what kind of has been driving us this whole season. Just not want to disappoint the man next year, and really just loving each other the whole season. You know, even if I mess up, I know Fish got my back. If he messes up, I'll have his back. I think that's been the driving force for us this season.
Yeah, just to expand on that, it's just a team that really loves each other and nobody wants to let each other down. Intrinsically motivated team that it doesn't matter who our opponent is, it doesn't matter when we're playing, what time, Friday, Saturday, whenever we play, we just want to win. That's the goal week in and week out. We know we have something special with this team, and we know we can take this thing pretty far. So going into every game from now on, it's gonna be that same motivation, and we'll be ready to go.
Great. Thanks, everybody.